mic test 1, 2. If you're in the audience at all, let me know if there's any audio issues or visual issues. Alright, so that seemed a little bit loud, so I'm going to drop it down a bit, and I'll be adjusting it a little bit as we go. Alright, so this decibel range seems to sound alright. Let me know if it doesn't. I'm going to sit here for a minute, and we'll see where we go. morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great day so far. We're going to start off our day with some Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links here for you. Mostly because I need to test out my streaming settings. Because I will be streaming this Wednesday on some stuff for the upcoming projects I have for Neo Duel. But for today, let's just play some Duel Links. I haven't played in a while, so I'll be going through the ranks in Duel Links. And I saw they were doing a cool Utopia-esque themed event, so I'm going to go ahead and take part in that event today. Let me know if my mic settings don't sound right. I am a deaf content creator, so if there's some issues with any of my audio, just do me a solid and say, hey, it's too loud or it's too quiet, and I'll see if I can adjust that for you guys real quick. But for now, let's hop straight into the action. And yeah, you guys can see right above my head there, I've got a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing, so if for some reason I don't have any commentary for a moment, or I'm just like lost in thought, I will go ahead and turn that audio on for you guys, and you'll be able to watch some Yu-Gi-Oh! Live on my channel right now. So let's get straight into it. Let's see what the event is about. If I remember correctly, this one is the like the big boss events where you can go in. Yeah, this is all the Zexal stuff. Pretty neat overall. Honestly, one of my only beefs with Duel Links is how many things you have to click just to get through to something. But there we go. Is that Masquerade? Which number is that I'm thinking of that's behind him there? Someone let me know. Alright. So, what's kind of cool about the new cards that they released for the Utopia is they actually dropped double, which I never thought in my life was going to happen in Duel Links, especially at full power, which is freaking stupid. Earlier today, literally maybe like an hour ago, I did a Utopia Ray Victory with 20,000 attack just because of double. And you can stack up some pretty stupid stuff. But this is kind of interesting where they've got it to where he's like 54,000, so you got to hit him a bunch of times with the kind of like main character cards, I think is what these events are. So like if you use a main character monster, if I remember right, you can do that and get a few bonus things out of it. So what's kind of cool is, with this deck, I've got a few kind of tricks I like to pull off. So this is just an old school trick with the Utopia deck. I don't see a lot of people doing it as much anymore, but if you chain like Goblinberg or another card similar to him to guard penalty, you'll get an extra draw out of this. So, and also you don't need the rank up magic, by the way, to get to anything. So like it's cool that they dropped the blue sage for the game, but you don't absolutely need him. And I only learned this, I think, because a long while ago you couldn't do that, which was basically like XC summon, get the rank up magic. You'll see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna go for just a Utopia double, and you see we got that extra draw from Goblinberg. Now you have technically, usually I think 2 effects if I'm doing star drawing with this, and then 1 effect if it's just this guy. But the thing is it gives you the option to basically chain the effect to, see what I'm saying? It gives you the option to chain the effect. And if you select yes, then they happen kind of simultaneously to some degree, like they're chained. But I always select no, especially in like a real duel, because, or not no for like the get the extra effect, but no for the, I just fucked that up a little bit, but no for the getting doubles effect chained to it, because what happens is basically you have 2 effects lining up and you can chain lock or chain block with his effect. Or what you can do is kind of skip the rank up magic, because if I don't go for the Utopia double thing, I choose like, for example, Ray Victory. So what happens here is that Ray Victory now gets the double attack. So I'm not going to use double or nothing, but he has other effects, right? So he has the effect of, I think he can absorb, yeah, it's right there. He can this right here. The spells and traps don't work in their back row when he attacks, and he's got double the attack. And he also can't attack directly anymore, but it's not as big of a deal as you might think. Then this card just becomes like cost for other stuff. So you have like Astral Utopia in this deck where you can ditch other cards to get cards. So that is, I don't know, like plus right now I have this, so I can always shuffle it back, get something else. I don't really need that one. Don't really need that one. You know what? We'll just do the whole hand. Just for funsies. Just for funsies. Do the whole hand. And hey guys, I see there's a few viewers, you know, so if you want to hop in the chat and talk about some Utopia stuff, talk about any of the projects coming up, let me know if the audio sounds good. I would much appreciate that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this card. This pig is hilarious. Basically, if they don't have a level 4 in the graveyard, nothing to worry about. You just get a free summon. Oh yeah, but I'm sorry, yeah, my graveyard too. So, but it's not a big deal because the beauty of this is that if you use the pig and you summon one of your own level 4s to their field, then basically this guy can attack because he can't attack directly. So if they play a defense mode monster, you're able to basically just trample over them anyway because you just force gave them a monster kind of. And we're gonna keep going up. And we're gonna. So this was a special one. We give that one. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's so fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna attack him. Another cool thing about Ray Victory is if they happen to have a good card on the field, is he can basically just trample over them. And normally, this would always do 2,800 damage, but yeah, once you do the double or nothing thing, and it does 5,600 damage, I think, every time. So 2 hits and they're dead for sure. But if you've given him any kind of like substantial ZW cards, then he just gets better. He just gets better and stronger. Let's see. And I'll probably play a lot of different variations. You notice I have 4 freaking Utopias in my extra deck, and no, I'm not cheating or breaking the game or anything. It's just that the skill that I'm using gives me 1, and I'm actually playing 3. This might seem ridiculous, but it actually works really well for the playstyle. You'd be surprised how many Utopias you can go through on one match. Like, you'll play one, and someone will like negate the summon or destroy it somehow or whatever. You'll play another one and another one. It's just, you need them so many times that it's actually good to have a few. And I have 9 unlocked extra deck slots, I think. So like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter for me to not use it. And actually, I'm not gonna rank up because another thing you can do here. So we're just gonna go straight in the battle phase. I'm gonna have. So he can't attack directly, if I'm right. Okay. So another thing you can do is you can still double or nothing your own Utopia. It's kind of cool. 1 turn 6. Oh, that's right. These have 10 turns. These have 10 turns. So let's see. What do we want to do? Alright, so I guess we're going to special summon Astral. Going to activate his effect. We're going to get rid of the double or nothing. I just don't really see myself getting into it. We're going to go ahead and activate that. We're going to play this. The thing I like about change tactics is if you play it smart, you basically just abuse the Xyz summoning mechanics to get as many ZWs into your hand as possible. So like, we're going to go into this Utopia first. We're going to pay, I think, at least 1,000 life points. If I can get I still got to get a copy of Utopia the Lightning, and then you can do it 3 times. But once I get a copy for my deck, then we can go 1 more time. So, this Utopia, we're going to do. And I'm only going to be able to do it 3 times this turn because I'm actually using extra Utopias, but you know. Alright, we're going to change tactics again. We don't care about life points, by the way. I'll pay every single one of these down to like 50, as long as, you know, as long as you don't put yourself into a position where you're going to lose some life points. The only thing you're susceptible to at that point is like burn effects, because they're kind of unexpected. But at that point, I'm just like, well, if you had the win, you had the win. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too worried about that kind of stuff. We got one more we can go. Yeah, let's keep going. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of wish that so how they have the summoning mechanics or the summoning animations here, which I love, by the way. But I really wish they had different summoning animations for the different card arts, right? Because wouldn't that make it like more of a cool collectible, I guess, to get like a different card art. So you'd have like the red eyes, where it's just a typical summon, and then like the red eyes where he's like breathing freaking fire on everything. It'd just be a cool like summoning animation, you know? Love it. Love to see it. Change tactics, yes. Gonna go ahead and set that. So normally you'd get a bunch of ZWs, but man, we just drew a bunch of extra. This isn't horrible, by the way, because later in a normal duel, your opponent usually has a way to get through some of this kind of stuff. So getting a few extra cards gives you a way to start back up again if you get your board broken. So I mean, I'm not too mad at it. This is also a good free Utopia summon right here. Honestly, I really love the new update. I'm not usually super into Duel Links. Not that I hate it or anything. I played it forever as soon as it came out in 2016. So like, I've just played the hell out of it and built all my decks out and stuff. And it just didn't seem like they were going to update some of them. But Utopia happens to be one of the decks I really like to play. So it's always really cool for me to see when they add new cards. And I was just so surprised that Double came to the game. That's not just for me. That's for everybody. That's treats for everyone. If you play level 4s in your deck or rank 4s, then you're good. Like, there's no no reason to not play it, especially at this point. Sorry, especially at this point where you have so much space. Like, originally, the extra deck was so limited because you only had like the 5 cards, and that made sense. But then you start unlocking card spaces, and then skills give you cards, and I mean, it just started getting more like power corrupted out of hand, which isn't bad. Like, this is a digital version of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not too mad at it, but it's just so funny that it basically just became normal Yu-Gi-Oh! Eventually, like out of the speed duel. Here we go. I'm gonna go Astral. I'm gonna go discard a card if there's even a point to it. Yeah, we'll ditch. Get rid of a fish here. Go fish. Alright. Let's see. There's only 116 left. Okay, nothing to do but just wail on him for a minute. And I know I should be hitting with this guy, but I'm kind of talking to you, not paying attention as much as I should. I could have probably won 2 turns early if I was just attacking with Ray Victory. Beauty of Ray Victory, man. Just they can't activate spells or traps, so if they can't negate his summon, they can't stop you from actually really winning in a lot of ways. It's really hard to get around him if you set him up right. And I know a lot of people are like, no, Ray Victory's weak, but that's because like modern Yu-Gi-Oh! He's weak. But in this kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! I think he's pretty solid. It's like if they release the math mechs. If you guys aren't familiar with math mechs, if they release those motherfuckers in here at full power, like the extra monster zone nonsense. So basically, I think it's Final Sigma, and his ability is basically like, if this card is in the extra monster zone, it can do all the. It's basically like Dragoon, I think. Red Eyes Dragoon. It's like it can't be targeted, and it deals extra damage or something. You know what? We're just gonna look it up real quick. It's gonna bother me if I don't know this. Math mech. It's Final Sigma, right? Yeah, let's just get an image of him up here. Yeah, alright, so here's Final Sigma, right? Unaffected by card effects except math mech cards while in the extra monster zone. If this card is in the extra monster zone and battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. See what I'm saying? Like, just Just nonsense. That's why they could only go up to a certain point with this card. But this is also why I thought we were never going to get Utopia Double in this game. Not that I betted against it. I just didn't think it was going to happen because I figured if they did, they were at least going to make it do half damage. But then it was how do they do that? Because a lot of cards, if they say deal 1,000 damage, you can barely hear a word with max volume. Let me try fixing that for you. Try that. How about that? Is that better? Maybe I'm just getting too far from a mic. Or... here. How about that? See, so I can only tell visually about my audio because, like I said, I'm deaf at the beginning of the stream. So I've just got a visual bar. So there we go. There we go. Okay, sorry. I had to switch to my stream settings for a second to fix that. Anywho, alright. I'm gonna pull this MathBank thing down because I used it to block my other screen. Alright, so I can hear me just fine according to my software that tells me what ears do. So, I'm going to go ahead and get back to streaming. Just let me know if there's any more issues. Okay, guys, sorry if there were any audio issues to start with. But let's keep going. I don't remember what the hell we were talking about, but let's just move on with this event here. Alright guys, let's see where we're at here. Alright, back into some Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I think I might have just gotten too far from the microphone, maybe? Alright, so... got basically a few extra cards to give you some draw, but because in the last duel I didn't do this, I'm going to show you in this duel. I guess you can kind of think of this as like a Utopia tutorial too. I've been playing this deck. It's one of my core decks I've played forever. So, what's kind of neat is I've tried a lot of different things to kind of make this deck work in every playable format possible. So if I remember right, we were talking about what happens when you chain these guys together as a trick, and it's specifically when we go for star drawing. And what does star drawing do? If this card is used for an XYZ summon, you can treat it as a level 5 monster. That's good for 2 reasons. 1, because it's a 4, right? And 2, because as a 5, if you pair it with any ZW, it can Xyz summon for the Xyz ZW. That can basically fetch another ZW or give you dual attacks. Secondly, which is probably the most useful and versatile effect of this card, is that you just get to draw a card when you use it as Xyz summon. I'm going to show you kind of like the order that this happens in. So first, you're going to go for... this happens with either Sage, blue or red, when you pair it with the Star Drawing, by the way. So we're going to go for double. Now it's going to ask us if we want to use double Arm Sage, and yes, we want to do that. And then it's going to ask us if we want to chain another card or effect. This is treating Arm Sage as Utopia Double's effect, right? So Utopia Double naturally has his own effect that everyone knows what it does. So you're going to say, no, you don't want to activate the second effect of Utopia Double. This will give you the card for the ZW you absolutely want for whatever situation you're dealing with. but then you will draw a random card because of star drawing. What this does is it creates a 2-event kind of thing where if your opponent decided to activate something in response to the drawing ability for that lightning blade that I just got, what would happen is I can choose to chain Utopia Doubles effect onto that, and then I guaranteed get Utopia Doubles rank up magic system going on, rather than if you chain it to the end and then they negate, because then they negates all of his abilities all the way down. I hope that makes some sense, but trust me, that's the way you want to do this. If you do it the other way, he's always like, kind of like vulnerable is a good way to put it, I guess. Alright, but let's go ahead. We're going to activate some effects here. We don't need to do any of that. We're going to play this. This is going to ask me every 5 seconds if I want to frickin' activate it. But I don't want to get rid of nothing yet. Okay, so what we're going to do, because he's got attack mode monster, is we're just going to go right over him. Going to ditch this dude. Going to go double. I don't know why I like doing this so much, but it's basically the most modern Utopia other than, like, Leo. So even if they had Dragoon, or the Dragonic Utopia, that'd be fine. Even, I guess Lightning isn't great doing this with, but, and the only reason is because of Lightning, the way he alters his stats is not spectacular. So let's go ahead and put everybody humanly possible equipped to this dude. There we go. Alright, now we don't need to do any of that. It'd be kind of funny because, okay, so one more level 4 on the field would basically just mean a Utopia, a negate, doubling his attack, and then he's going to do like 22. No, he'd do 14 from the doubling, but I think there's another trick you can do to get him to go even higher. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's good. We're just gonna ditch double or nothing. I always use it to pay costs anyway, just to get to the next puzzle piece, and then we'll go into beating him up. So even if they attack the other guy, I'm not too worried about that. That leaves somebody in attack mode for me to hit next turn. Ooh, don't be so hasty. Let's see, how many we got? 2? Alright, we can do that. That'll be gone in a turn. That'll be right now. We do not need guard penalty anymore. There we go. Having 4 Utopias in the deck is good anyway, just because you can actually summon all 4 of them. And I don't mean 4 Utopia variants, I mean literally 4 Utopias, because you have the 3 from your ability to put 3 in and 1 from the skill card, right? So you can play 1 in the extra zone and 3 more right here. So you can technically play 4 Utopias, or 4 different base Utopias at the least. It's pretty ridiculous. Don't need to negate any attacks. Not even going to go into anything. The next best thing for this event, for this particular deck, would be able to get a card that puts a token on his side in attack mode, and I know there's not many of those cards, and I don't even know which ones are in Duel Links right now, but let me know if You know of one. I love that that trap lets you get away with using their effects again, too. Ridiculous. Because that basically just gave me a full hand at the end of his turn off of one trap. Because I used Sage and start drawing in the summon. So, just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Also, I wasn't paying attention a second ago, but the Utopia Ray Victory that I have on the field can attack everybody because he's equipped with a Zero Strike. So, I don't know why I wasn't paying attention, but I wasn't paying attention, you know. What's that meme? Yu-Gi-Oh players who can't read. Yeah, technically we can summon just like the strongest attack. There it goes. Is that a SE, by the way? Is the sound effects too loud or anything? Because I can't really tell myself, but they seem kind of loud, and they're at a really low setting. So, just kind of curious if that's just from me thinking that's loud, or if it's actually loud. But let me know. We can also test this. So, audio warning for the. Oh, I just realized that you're probably not even receiving the audio from the Duel Links game. So let me play a round with this random character, and then you'll be able to hear the Duel Links audio. But let me know if the Duel Links audio is too loud. Okay? Because to me, on my audio bar, it looks fine. But literally, I can't tell. And then next, I guess we can text this little box up here. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where if you chain them together, someone could technically negate that if they wanted to, and they would negate everything in the chain, which would suck. So like if they hit you with Effect Veiler or something, I think, because it negates the monster itself's effects. But I digress. Alright, well that's kind of cool. But we're going to do that. This is what I mean by, like, you don't have to go for double or nothing. If you have the right ZWs, I think there's one that's like a trap negation guide. It's like ZW Eagle Claw or some shit. But basically, that one gives him 2,000 attack. You know what I mean? Just frivolously absorb his 1,500. Yeah, let me know how it sounds. See what I mean? But like how many things you gotta click just to get through one thing. I kind of wish you could turn that stuff off. I think it would make it much more playable. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so if there's anyone active in chat right now, what would you rather watch go through? Are you guys more interested in this event here? Or are you more interested in watching me just climb the ranked duels? I mean, I'll go ahead and do one now, but... Because these are against people. This is against live people. I don't know how other people feel about their tags going up or anything, but I don't have any like software to block any of that nonsense. So, rookie rank 3. Dude, I'm about to put your information all over the interweb by accident, my dude. When and I gain a rank? Alright, cool. So when and I suck slightly less. I think this is like the lowest possible rank you can be on right now, so... Let's see what it's got. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, well I guess on stream... Oh fuck, he's going sushi on me. So on stream, I think I've got his information blocked with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show, so that's good. I mean, you can see his name and stuff up here, but like not all the other stuff, so that's good. Yep. Alright. 2 sushi monsters. And 1 thing in attack mode. I don't know if that was a great idea. But we can definitely Utopia double him for no reason. We can shuffle back 1 card, because... Yeah, just the 1. See if we randomly get lucky. But these 2 are guaranteed. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. So all this is going to do is not give me, here, it's just not going to give me the ZW, but because I already drew it, it doesn't matter. That's kind of the cool thing about going with a smaller count of cards for your main deck, is that you don't have to crunch the numbers so hard when it comes to like ratio building. Some ratios go from 3 to 2, and some stay at 3 and technically get better because it's almost like having 4 in the normal Master Duel or whatever. I wonder if he's going to quit as soon as he sees double. Some people do that, and it's really annoying. Like, I get it, but... Nah, we're not going to do nothing with that. We're going to do something here. We're going to go just normal double right over him. Unless he's got something to negate it. I mean, I'd be surprised, but it'd be interesting. Every once in a while, people will surprise you. Hello, Christopher. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links chat. So, we're just running some Utopia decks today through the event. It's one of my favorite decks to play. Can you have a level? I have no idea what you mean by that. But, a 1v1, is that what you're saying? Sorry, I might have read that wrong. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a 1v1, but the disadvantage of doing that on the stream is that you can literally see my cards. So, But I'm thinking about doing like a Discord soon, and doing kind of like some dueling rooms in the Discord. I do have this really cool project I'm working on, which I can pull up real quick for you guys. So, if we go on here, and I show you this ridiculous thing. I know I'm supposed to be streaming some other stuff, but this is Duel. This is a project I've been working on for a cool minute. And it's basically just a way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In a singular column. And this will probably also be available through that same Discord. And the concept of this game is kind of sweet. You basically make Neo monsters, and they're just made of ginormous attack power. And we'll get into that later, though. I've got a whole stream ready for that in about 2 weeks, so I guess I'll just give you a little sneak preview. But we ranked up. I guess we achieved the title of today's video at least a little bit, so now we actually got to get 2 or 3 more at least. So let's see where we get it. Let's see where we go. I guess we're just gonna hop straight back in. But yeah, Christopher, I hope that answers your question. If you do want to join that Discord, just subscribe, and whenever I make an announcement on I think it's called the home page or the channel page or whatever the hell they call it now. But basically, it's my channel's page here, part of YouTube. If you go over there, you'll be able to see all the updates, announcements. I don't use like Facebook or anything like that. I kind of detest a lot of that stuff. Not for any particular reason. I just don't personally use that stuff. But because of that, I don't put my updates anywhere else. So if you guys want to know stuff about what we're doing when we're doing it, it's going to be here on YouTube over on the channel page. So, yeah. Alright, so I guess we only got the option of going fish, starfish. That's terrible. Terrible joke. Alright, so go 10 goldfish, yes. Special summon, star drawing. I'm just going to ditch that card here in a second. That's kind of the good thing about this deck. So normally cards that force you to discard stuff or throw things away are always bad. I always love putting cards in that could be a brick, but always end up being cost if I can't use them for what I intended to. So like right now, in this hand, if I don't have Goblinberg with guard point, it's always Astral, whatever the hell, this, what's his name? Astraltopia? Yeah. And basically his effect is he can ditch it for me, right? So, start drawing, chain another card. Okay, we're going to say, in this scenario, when you don't have one of the other guys, and you know you're not going to get negged, you do want to do this. And the reason why you go backwards here is because this prevents you from randomly drawing this, and then if you have only one double or nothing in your deck, you can no longer use this effect. So if star drawing accidentally makes you draw, yeah, like then you're basically locked into just Utopia doubles sitting in defense mode on the field, not being able to do nothing. So you definitely want to use his effect in chain if you have star drawing on him, and it's the only thing you have. Because if you have any of the Utopia Sages or whatever, then they actually shuffle the deck. So, I don't know, it's just kind of a neat thing that works out. Do I want to use it? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Because it gets a little further. We need to give him the lightning sword, so hopefully with any luck he'll survive a turn. It looks like we're dueling a Kaiba. We got 2 guards we can ditch. So in this case, I'm going to ditch guard penalty because it's still less valuable to me overall. Yeah, that's right. He doesn't give you ZW. He can only give you one of these. But this will still give me a card if he happens to break my board. And I got a rank up magic, which I'm not mad at either of. The really crappy part is that if he breaks my board, I have no more level 4s. But that's why glorious numbers exist, because if you can play it, if he does break the board and you get away with your free summon, you can rank up Numeron Force, negate everything on the field, and then go into whatever Utopia you want. And I still have double or nothing. So it's kind of a weird way that this deck works. If you just it wants you to put everything you have into just like 1 or 2 monsters, and then just sit on spell cards. I did a video once explaining how this deck interacts with hand traps and how odd it kind of just like has a dysfunction with hand traps because these EWs exist. But I digress. Yeah, man, tough choice. if I go there... Well, if he attacks, he can negate everything. We're just going to go for a normal. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Okay, so we're going to go for another Utopia and see if he negates it. He could pull some nonsense. We'll see. Or he could just make me wait forever for no reason. Nothing? Alright, let's go. Alright, so we'll go into this one. Oh, and dumb me, I could have used Astral Topia's effect again. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do, if he doesn't do anything, is we're gonna go straight into battle phase. Excuse me, by the way. Yeah. Need to get a drink. I've been talking for too damn long. What you gonna do, bud? What you got? Ooh, select one spell card. What in the actual shit do you want from my... Okay. Okay. We're just wasting my time. I hate to be that guy, but that was just a waste of fucking time. No. Why would we... No. But we can. Check this out. So, if this works like I think it does, if I remember right, you can still hit them directly. So he still hits with 5,000 if you can clear the board. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Alright, we're gonna try to get just, at the very least, just get the hell away from rookie rank and maybe climb through bronze today. Just to get out of here, just to get through the like lower tiers, so that if I decide to stream some Duel Links again, I'm not down here. I don't ever really play anymore, which is sad because they've done a lot of updates. But this new one brought me back, got me to want to play the new Utopia stuff. So that was kind of cool. I've been working on my own projects too much, so I'm kind of having my head up my own ass with working on the other one. Oh yeah, I'm in the middle of a match with a human, not an AI right now. So. And not a spectacular starting hand, but not one I would like condemn, because what you can still do is you can still pull off some nonsense, and I friggin' love it. See, what the thing is when you go Utopia double, I know I'm doing this almost every duel, but when you do it, people always expect you to go into using it as a turn 2 card. So when you go turn 1 with it, it's just so funny, because they're like, wait, what? Why? What? You gonna attack me directly, what are you gonna do? And you're like, no, just wait. Just wait. So, I don't think he's got anything to negate now on turn 1, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go through with it. Chain block for the last effect that I want. Get double or nothing. Go into big boy. I just think he's such a good card to like attack with. I know he's not the best first turn card, but when you turn him into a 5600 non-targetable or non-destroyable, which is basically these two, then your follow-up is pretty good. Oh god dang, that's a good follow-up. Plus I have 4 cards to shuffle back. So right now, if I want to, for example, so, like, I don't need this, and I'm not going to be able to use it next turn. I don't need this, not going to be able to use it next turn. I'm likely not going to... He's not going to summon something in attack mode unless he's really dumb, so I'm just going to reshuffle the hand. That's actually good. That helps, and that helps, right? If I was really, really lucky just now, I would have drawn another ZW, and that would just put him off the charts. Like, the Tornado would make him non-targetable. But, I mean, you know, he's got 5 cards, 6 cards in the extra deck. I got Faith Kid, you can probably peel through it, you just gotta do some work. He's got non-destruction on 1. Okay, maybe he's not gonna do nothing. Sorry. Just like my faith in humanity, it's all gone, but you lost, you done did it. You done goofed. Alright, so let's summon the fish. I call this the old starfish maneuver. This is too stupid, I'm sorry. being immature because I stayed up all night and have been drinking nothing but fucking Monster. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna go into another. Absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of nice because, like, even though he can't attack directly, and you turn him into a beat stick, he can mow over literally anything. He's got enough. The thing with Ray Victory is he can negate the back row, so it's like as long as he's got enough attack power, he's a battle phase kind of card. So there's just not much they can do without having a pretty good counter. So like this deck particularly, I'm guessing is going to probably carry me all the way up to the at least like. I don't know. I want to say, what's? I want to say gold. I want to say gold is my minimum bet. Before people start being like, okay, well I've seen this deck a million times, and like the unique versions aren't unique enough anymore to compete in like the higher tiers. What am I doing? Sitting here talking. I should probably play a card, right? He's probably like, what the fuck are you doing? Course numbers, double or nothing. Damn, that'd be better if I could go one more. But you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna trample over. We're gonna go nope. We're gonna see if he's got anything to negate, and if so, we're gonna negate our own attack. Go double or nothing. Easy peasy. Unless he's got something for it. Oh, but I negate my own attack, right? No? Yes? Oof. Double or nothing doesn't work in that scenario. Interesting. But the kind of cool thing is I get to keep it. So next turn, maybe. I got one negate attack. He can't target. Yeah, dude. What are you doing? What is your life right now? Okay. Okay. Mystic Box. Yeah. Yeah. He can only target this guy, I think. He can try, but he'll break that first. He's probably like, wait. The fuck? You know how many times I've seen people go for a destruction? It's even funnier when it's like other ZWs on the field. Like you'll have a whole back row full of ZWs with lightning. And then they'll be like, oh, Heavy Storm, Harpy's Feather Duster. And then not even realize that nothing happened. I've watched someone literally sit there and stare at the screen and be like, was that a glitch? What happened? But I mean, like, you know. Alright, so let's go. We're just gonna give. I guess we'll just give the little Utopia as much power as we can. And we'll set the other guys for later. All they really need is one that says deal piercing damage. I think that's probably why there isn't one that says that, because if there was, it'd probably be too broken. Wait. Is it Pegasus that does that? No, he just negates card effects when he destroys them, I think. And he can only be equipped to a chaos number, not even like a normal Utopia rank up. It's got to be one of the C's. Alright, so with this guy, we should have it in the bag. Nope. Nope. There we go. There we go. Also, to all you guys who are watching but you're not commenting, I just want to say thank you for being here this morning. It's good to have you. Hope you're enjoying the stream. let me know if there's anything you guys would like to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Wise, or if you'd like to listen to this video up here in the corner, because I can actually mute myself and the music from the game and play that show if you'd like to watch the episodes as we go here. Like I said when I started, I'm basically just doing more of a test stream to make sure everything looks good for Wednesday, but I figured we'd do something fun with it. I haven't done a gaming live stream in like 8 months, so I figured this would be a good way to go for this morning. Plus, you know, like I said, I stayed up all night, had nothing better to do. It's going to be way better to stream in the morning than the afternoons right now for me, because where I'm at, it's going to get like 100 degrees here in about 3 hours. Not looking forward to that shit. But, you know, the rest of it's good. Alright, here we go. We go up? Yep. Alright, bronze. So, if we get lucky, I can probably, like, get to bronze within the next 30, or get through bronze within the next 30 minutes to an hour and a half or something. But let's see. Let's see where we go. Also, Christopher, I don't know if you're still in the stream here, but if you know anybody who is good at modding, by the way, for Discords, give me a holler, because I am looking for a mod that would help me get to you guys a lot quicker, like getting like announcements out and getting things built for the community to where you guys can actually do things. This is not spectacular. One of the only bad hands I can say. This is one of the only times you literally want to shuffle the whole. Well, is he gonna quit? Are you quitting? Oh. Alright, well, I guess we gotta wait to see what the hell he's doing. We're waiting for a response. You know what we do when we wait for a response? I guess we're gonna do this.
You! So get rid of his Millennium Puzzle. Hurl it into the ocean so Yugi can't weaken us. And once we win the...
Dear Dr. Ing, my missing teeth isolated me from the world. I trusted Clear Choice, and you...
No. Destiny! And I will not be denied my fate!
Say goodbye to your puzzle, little Yugi.
Fight it, Joey!
The only thing I'm fighting is you.
That's right. Show Yugi you don't need it and throw that thing into the ocean, my mind slave.
Here, I'm gonna turn that down just a bit. It looks like
Wait, Joey, don't do
let me know if that sounds right. It looks like it's jacking with my audio levels, but
Please
I don't know,
stop.
because
My
I
grandpa
am
just
the
gave
deaf.
me that puzzle.
Sorry, Twerp.
Have you wimps had enough, or do you want more? Cause I'm not through with you just yet. Leave them alone! These guys are my friends, got it?
I can't believe this kid's standing up for us. Even after I tossed his puzzle out the window. Well, I'm gonna get it back. This Yugi's a true pal.
Also, if that gets annoying or anything like that, you guys are just like, hey, I don't want to listen to this up here, just let me know and I'll mute it. To me, it makes no difference, but if it's depreciating the quality of your viewership, then just let me know.
What are you doing, you...
Main phase 1.
Get up and
This is
dispose
why
of that
I have
puzzle.
freaking ADHD out the wazoo, and I need something going on everywhere, all the time,
I'm
or I
losing
go
my grip
nuts.
again.
So
All right, keep the puzzle if you
it's
want.
a gift and a curse.
Yes, sir. Keep the puzzle.
One card face down. Okay, so this is either all the nonsense ever, all the trust, all the mistrust I have in my life, or this is nothing and it's about to be a fucking breeze.
Yugi!
Alright,
Get
so
on
let's
with the
go
duel.
ahead and do,
The sooner you make your
I'm talking
move,
here, so you guys gonna have to be quiet. Let's see, let's go ahead and do, I think the only option here, it sucks to have to waste 10 goldfish, but because these guys are gonna give me 2,000 extra attack, I can't go for double, right? Because he's got an open, which means I also can't go for using Ray Victory, which really sucks. Really, really sucks. So, like, if he negates the summon here, I'm screwed, but he said, no. He said he's done. Okay, he was cooked. We were right the second time. Had no reason to mistrust, apparently. Gotta get therapy. Learn to go through things healthy. Alright, here we go. starting to get warm, man. I don't know if the fucking coffee's a good idea. I don't know if it's a good idea in general, just with me. But, you know. Alright, what you got? I'm not sure if my chat's freezing, so if someone could drop me a line or just anything, smiley face, something, so I know that it's functioning, I would appreciate it. Got a blue eyes down. Nice. Okay. He's trying to cut my workout for me here. If I remember right, you do... Okay, yeah, so this is the nonsense I'm talking about. So, he can destroy a card he controls, but if we're lucky, he'll go for one, not the other, and then, you know... We'll see. We'll see how we do. You gonna destroy him? No? No? Alright, cool. Alright, okay. Well, I think he's going to pull some nonsense, but I'm going to try it anyway. Because I might. There's like a snowball chance I'll be able to chain block it. What he's about to do. If he does what I think he's going to do. Change tactics. That's going to make my chain block. And we're going to wait. Anything? No? Okay, I'm genuinely confused why he didn't do... Okay. Well, your mistake is my gain, I guess. Also, guys, let me know if you're for seeing the card sequences and or if you're preferring the fact that I keep skipping them. Just an absolute tank after what I'm about to do here. I know I'm gonna get rid of the... I can't use double or nothing right now, but like, dude. So Ray Victory's gonna negate the monster effect, so he shouldn't be able to activate nothing. He just went fucking full over him. Just ate him alive. I'm sorry. Psy Ghost. I'm sorry. Kind of. Only kind of. But it's cool. Oh my gosh, I'm realizing that my whole fucking desk is shaking every time I'm doing anything. Either I need to calm down or my monitor is very loose. I'll check that after we're done here today. Okay, let's see. There we go, there we go. Alright, what you got? Okay, I mean, this isn't terrible, but the fact if I don't get another all 4, then I'm going to have to shuffle. This is the only reason this exists in the deck. It's just like every once in a while, you get that brick. Flame Swordsman. Honestly, has always been a really dope card design, in my opinion. I've never seen a freaking helmet like this in my life, and I've always been curious, like, what is that? What in the Mega Blocks did they put on his head? Either way, it's kind of cool. Like, I know it's meant to be probably more like a hat than a helmet, but it's like, I always wondered what the hell Kazuki Takahashi was doing to come up with the stuff he came up with. Blue Flame Swordsman. Alright, let's see what we can do. Get rid of one. Should we risk it and just do one? You need to go to settings, top right, dual activation confirmation, click toggle button. I will do that in just a second. Okay, let me think about what I was doing here. So, what do you mean? What was that gonna do for me? Click toggle button. That's it. That's all we're doing. So I'm trying to like simultaneously watch the screen and read my chat at the same time. Alright, so, oh man, I am so fucked right now. This is not good. I'm literally just gonna let him have it. Alright, so what were you telling me? It's Rhino armor? What are you talking about, bud? It's Rhino armor. You need to go to settings, on top right, dual activation confirmation, click toggle button. Alright, so he's either gonna kill me or he's not. So I'm on settings, right? Top right, dual settings. Okay, activation. Toggle button. Prompt will be played when the screen. Oh, gotcha. Okay, appreciate that. So basically, I see what he's saying. So basically, it's like, oh, I could have something I could activate. Do you want to respond? And it's like, no, I don't got shit, dude. Just keep playing. But I get what you're saying. That's such a good way to do it. I don't really do a lot of that stuff here, in these kind of ranks. I do that stuff when I get up there to like well, I don't even want to say I do that stuff. I would consider doing that stuff once I hit like gold or maybe like diamond or something. Like, you know, when people are actually competing and they're like, you're dueling like the same 12 decks for 45 minutes straight. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. We might actually be able to do something now. So let's see. Let's see if we can pull off some nonsense. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, sure, whatever. He's about to either have a good out for this or he's about to die, I think. I wonder if he's going to be super salty that he got me down to 400 and then just died. Let's find out. Let's find out. Get in there. What are you doing? Do your job. Alright, so we're going to double. We got the wolf dude, so yes. So we're going to ditch him. I always just ditch the start drawing because it helps me remember the chain order. And then we're going to take him because he can mow over the back row without them worrying about it. No one ever expects this. I know, like I said, I keep doing this a lot in these duels today. And speed duel, you can only have so many strategies and all that. And you're kind of almost incentivized to lean into one strategy or whatever. But I digress. I still think it's so hilarious. And now we're going to make him non-targetable, just in case. He's just going to be like, why? Why is this my life? Who are you? Could you have just, like, maybe not come in here? Not attacked my guys. Oh, can his guys not be attacked? That'd be great. That'd be actually kind of interesting. During each phase turn, 600, battle graveyard, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no. Did I do something to cause this? No, he's doing something. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not that big a deal, homie. That's not that big a deal. I was like wondering what in the world was I doing wrong in my life to cause some interaction, but he shouldn't be able to do anything. Let's see. Okay. I was like, what are you doing? You're wasting all of our time. You could just get wrecked a little quicker and then go to your next match. It's all good. No big deal. Alright. We're doing this kind of a lot quicker this morning than I thought we would. We're already up to 3, and it's not even been that long. How long has it been? Blue Flame Swordsman wearing Rhino armor. Correct. You will need it because it gets worse. Yeah, I believe that, dude. I really do. Because once you start getting up to the... If you're talking about, like, it gets worse once you start getting to the competitive, it's really competitive, and it's very tight strategies. I think especially, like, on Master Duel, in comparison, I know that's a different thing. It's the same thing, but different thing. But to me, Master Duel is its own, like, ecosystem. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like Master Duel is a hybrid of the OCG TCG thing going on, and to me it's because you only have one round, you can't really prep, so whatever deck you build has to be aces, because there's no side deck, and because I'm used to playing USA, like, tournament events and stuff like that, not recently, but that's the kind of stuff I'm used to. You will have 3 rounds, you know, side deck, all that stuff, and you kind of like study to go into a tournament. So, for example, this last year I was in Seattle and I was gonna go to YCS, and you know, like, you study the format, you study the cards that are gonna come out, you make your side deck based off of that stuff. But you can't really like do that in Master Duel. But then when you hop over here into Speed Duel, you can do that again. You can study the stuff that's kind of like the most popular. So it's kind of neat. You can have like a mini environment to do the competitive game in. I don't know. I've always found that a little bit fascinating. Alright, let's see how we gotta get around this. Let's return during standby phase. During main phase, blah blah blah. You can't know summon. Blah, blah, when opponents monster declares an attack, destroy the attacking monster. And if you do, okay, I got you. I got something for that. Alright, cool. What does Slippers do? Gains 1,000 if this cuts into the graveyard. Okay. 29. Okay, I think we got something for this. I think we do. Let's find out. I'm willing to risk losing to figure out if I've got a different strategy for this very scenario. Yeah. Sage, yes. Change tactics. Not yet. Oh, I should have done change tactics. I was thinking of double. I don't know why I was thinking double, but, you know, whatever. I've got 2. I don't really need to keep going into change tactics like that. Anyway, I can keep the life points. Not a big deal. Ironic. Alright, cool. So, if I remember right, he can go over. This guy can just flat out destroy their monster and deal damage equal to their life points, and they have to keep paying for Stromberg. So I've been doing this guy, and you can see the damage he's going to do. But I'm going to show you the other Utopia card, and this still turns him into a freaking beat stick, by the way. So it still becomes a really strong card on your side of the field. Now we're going to change tactics, draw that free card, and then his effect, we're going to detach a material. Pop Princess. And this card destroys him at the end of the turn, right? Is that what the deal is? If I attack? I gotta read a little quicker. You cannot normal summon set. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy the attacking monster, and if you do inflict damage. Okay, so if you do, that's the whole thing. If you do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna equip them with the Seer Strike. I'm gonna hopefully lull him into playing a card on the field. So he should be able to activate Stromberg. It's only gonna destroy Lightning Blade. There we go. Yep. He's gotta take 10 cards. So if I survive one more turn, or 2 more turns, he loses. That's literally all there is to it. Oh, that's clever. Okay, I see what you did there. That's kind of a neat way to play the strategy. So I've got 2 cards I can build up and do a double or nothings. I'm not super worried, but this does suck to play under. But I can also play like just a row of defense, I think, and just make him basically lose to his own card conditions. Because that's all he's doing, right? He's just equipping the hell out of his own. Dude, if you do this, I'm just gonna burn you for your own card's attack next turn. If you don't kill me. What are you doing? Hold up. What are you doing? Okay. Weird, but alright. Utopia is probably the best new deck. Dude, Utopia is the best deck of all time, in my opinion. Now, I know it's going to sound super weird and controversial, but I think it is literally the most adaptable possible deck. Think of every deck in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can put Utopia in it. And you can barely say that about a lot of archetypes. But, yeah, Utopia is like one of the best engines because of the ZWs, because of the fact that it's just like the weirdest little mix of being the best toolbox possible. So if you build it right, you basically, you can get through quite a bit. Alright, so we got Norm Summon, this dude down. It's gonna give us a few more cards advantage. Yeah, this deck just, the thing is, the reason people won't think it's good, or that, no, it was not poo-poo. Okay, so what happens is, it's called power creep, man. So, whenever, I think just because a deck gets power crept doesn't necessarily mean the deck is bad. It just, the format has changed, okay? You have to, like, change your mindset about how card games work to a degree. Otherwise, all decks that are old are bad, which is simply not true. They're good in certain formats and bad in others. Think something like Blackwing, and if you play in Edison format, it's amazing. Now, I'm not saying, like, just say, oh, okay, play a game in an older format, or a deck in an older format and it gets good. I'm just saying, like, a deck that you know is genuinely good is like this. So basically, whenever I make cards for this deck that match this format, does the deck still play well? If the answer is yes, then the deck is good. So for example, Elemental Hero is always a good deck, but it's just whether it's been outpaced recently or not. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with, like, really, like, the modern cards that have come out. I mean, it does in the, like, the card game sense, but I don't think it has anything to do with, like, whether the deck is good, because new cards will always come out. But I do appreciate your, like, your candor. You know, it's, a lot of people will feel like that, say, yeah, the deck sucked before this or whatever. But I mean, I can understand that, especially if all you saw was, like, it's a, like, my least favorite main character's deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I could definitely see that being a thing. Yuma's like a goofy ass character, so, like, not only that, it's not super impressive in, like, what it does, other than just, like, building a big monster and hitting really hard, and then that's pretty much it. Like, that's what it does. It builds a big monster, hits hard, has lots of toolbox of cards to do so. There are scenarios where it doesn't do well, like it'll deck out, or you can brick, or your opponent will play cards that, you know, counter it specifically, but I think in most formats it works pretty well. I think I made a video once saying that if they just update the ZWs, so if they just make a ZW for whatever the new format is, and it only has to be one, this deck always gets updated. So, like, if you're hand trap heavy format, and that's what was killing this deck or keeping it from playing, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, you could just make a ZW that says, you know, cards in the hand can't be activated this turn, or something like that, you know. Real easy ways to update this deck. That's why I would say it's good. There are decks I'd say that are inherently bad because their mechanic is very hard to update. So, for example, like Crystal Beast, or it's a lot of GX decks, unfortunately, but like Crystal Beast, Cyber Dark, those are decks that are hard to level monster decks. They're hard to update because the core mechanic makes it difficult. Oh, is that it? Oh, you gave me a Golem. You gave me a Golem. That's kind of cool. Do you got a burn card for that Golem? Because if you don't... Oh, do I take the battle damage from something? Target one card from something? No? No? Okay. Alright. Okay. See, I got a way to get rid of that. Yep, so we can... So this is so stupid, but, oh, can we not activate card effects or something? What's going on? Oh, I don't have any more Utopia cards in my deck. That's okay. Sort of. I just played a monster in attack mode like a Stubly. But okay, so I wasn't thinking that all the way through, but essentially his effect would normally allow me to tribute this and basically get a free card, but I have it. I drew it for my turn. I think I drew it for my turn. So basically summoning him in attack mode should mean that he should just be able to attack me. But, you know, it's all good. Because I can't attack him. He's going to draw his one card. I should have played that in defense. I would have won. But it's all good. Everybody makes mistakes. Let's... Your favorite new deck in Duel Links is Sky Striker. They are poo-poo nowadays. Why do you say they're poo-poo nowadays? I mean, wasn't that one of the decks that, like, topped its own format a couple of times? They are kind of poo-poo nowadays. But I think that still rounds back to, like, if they updated Sky Striker, would it be good? Again, I guess counter argument to my own argument is that you could update a deck and even the update won't save it. But I think those still fall in the category of, like, or like meh decks, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're good or they're fun, but a good deck, you don't have to do much to update it. It power creeps on its own, if that makes any sense. Ugh. Yeah, guys, I hate to do this, but, you know, I gotta shout it out, you know, subscribe if you want some Yu-Gi-Oh content, because I make a lot of crazy Yu-Gi-Oh shit here on the channel. Recently been working on a show called Duel, live-action Yu-Gi-Oh series where I've been bringing the monster cards to life by putting people in costumes and then turning those costumes into cards and then, you know, bringing those green screen effects to life inside of a duel. It's gonna be pretty neat. I think a lot of you guys would enjoy it, so, you know, that's definitely one of my projects coming out. Basically, I have to make a bunch of duel discs for it that are kind of special for different shows, like mechanics and stuff. I don't know, it's pretty cool. You can discover a lot of that stuff through my shorts, not on my body, through my shorts and my channel, because essentially I shared a lot of the projects already through there. Let's see, tactics, let's go. I got double in my hand already. Not good. Not a fan. That's the only crappy thing about that is if you draw double or nothing, you're kind of bricked out because you don't want to put 2 in the deck. The sad thing is I'd rather get bricked into a different option than draw 2 double or nothings several times. It's just so fucking annoying. Like drawing 1, I'm like, how did I draw 1 card out of 30 on top 4 times in a row? Some days, you know, but. There we go. Yeah, I gotta get me that Utopia Lightning. He's a really good turn 1 card in this game, especially if you equip him with Lightning Blade, because Lightning Blade won't give him the attack boost, it's only 1200, but he will give him the indestructibility to last the first turn, and then he hits with 5k the next turn. And in this version of Yu-Gi-Oh, I mean, that's quite a bit. For this guy, though, what's kind of cool is we're going to give him Slipper Mail. Because Slipper Mail will bring back a Utopia if he's destroyed. And ZW Lightning Blade keeps him and all of their ZWs from getting destroyed. So, pretty solid opening. Beat stick with some good support in the back row. Alright, let's see some comments while my opponent responds to my absolutely stupid board. It was tier 2 for a while. It can't keep up with us. Predaplant. Dude, Predaplant Hero is fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I love when people make like the pile decks, like the what's the dude's name? The old dude that did like the pile deck for the Exodia thing like 2 or 3 years ago at YCS. That was awesome. I love when people do that. We might literally take a break from this and watch the little video where they do the pile deck thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's literally one of the best videos on the internet. Like, you know what, fuck it. After this, after this duel, I'm bringing it up. I gotta show you guys. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's basically just like, they took Kaiba and Joey's duel from outside of the battle tower right before they're about to go up to like the blimp and do like the 4-way people battle to figure out who that part doesn't matter. Anyway, so they're outside of that thing, and someone has like TFS style cut up the video to where Joey and Kaiba are dueling, and Kaiba's using like tier limits on him or some shit, and it's just the best, dude. And yeah, it's Flippy, it's Jeff Leonard. You're right, it is Jeff Leonard. We're about to go there, guys. We're about to go all the way there. So I think yeah. So you're right. There's 2 videos. I think there's the Jeff Leonard one is Yugi and Kaiba, and then Kaiba and Joey's like the tier limits one. But probably watch them both. They're pretty funny. I think I can get away with watching them because I'll be kind of like here reacting to it a little bit. But I'll try to just like let you guys watch it. But Jesus Christ, it's one of the funniest things. Alright, so we can't really do nothing but attack. I don't really care. That's all we really... Can we even attack? You got something to do? You got anything in your life going on over there? In the back row? Oh, Shadow Spell, Wane. So worried. No, not really. I don't really care. Okay. What else you got, bud? You were playing a 30-card deck for God knows why. Sometimes that's like, you'll enter these matches and then just look at the person's extra deck and see there's like 2 cards in it, and you're like, you're gonna die. Like, it doesn't take much, which is sad. It's really sad. But it's kind of like, I think, Sunnyshine 45? Yeah, Sunnyshine 45 was talking about earlier. There's like certain tricks you can do kind of to tell what's going on with your opponent even though we're both behind screens, or like trick your opponent even though like he was talking about turning on your settings a certain way to do it, you know. I think that's pretty funny. Let's go, Goblin Bird. Can't go in double, so gotta go normal. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so we do want to do that, and then we'll get like another 2 or 3 cards. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Alright, so too bad we can't play any of them. We got a shadow spell thing going on. I should put another Xyz monster in the deck that uses 2 of the same rank or some nonsense of that nature. That'd be good. Done deal, kid. Alright guys, we're about to watch a pretty funny video, so bear with me as I pull this up, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy this. It's literally too funny to not enjoy. Like, I don't know what you're doing here particularly if this isn't about to crack you up. So let's see, I've got it on a playlist already because I've been accumulating content for you guys, because we're gonna do a live stream one of these days where I pull these up. But let me see here. Let me get into this. Alright, so let's see. Yugi versus Kaiba, but it's modern. Alright, this is absolutely golden. I'm going to shout out the creator and everything, because I'm not taking credit for this in any way, shape, and form. I just think this is one of the peak funny, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh videos you can probably watch here on YouTube. Here, I'll adjust it so you guys can see. I forgot I've got it going on a live Neo Duel stream. Different setup than my normal one, but here you go. Just watch this, and then if this isn't funny to you, I don't know what is. I literally don't know what is.
Oh man, this ain't looking good for Yug.
It ain't looking good for you.
It's over, Yugi. With my 3 blue-eyes white dragons, I'll be making quick work of your life
What's
points.
up, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just
Dragon
like I
Fire
did with your
Brand?
grandfather.
Flarebrand? What the hell am I reading? Sorry, my text is so small.
This board is full of powerful
Flareborn.
monsters, and my hand makes no
Yo,
sense.
Neo Duel, it's me.
What am I supposed to do with these cards?
Which one did you
Feels
shout
like
out to me?
No matter what I draw, this game is
Here, we're gonna watch
hopeless.
this real quick. Sorry, I was reading out loud over
That's
here.
not
Let's watch
like
this
you,
nonsense.
Yugi.
You're Jeff Leonard.
That's right, Yugi. I'm just another old man trying to give you some advice. Remember, Yugi, sometimes the line to your win condition isn't always clear, but
Did
never
they
give
actually
up.
get Jeff
Trust
Leonard to
in
come
your
in and
dad.
do his own fucking
Jeff,
voice
wait!
for this? Because I think they did. Because that sounds
He's
exactly
right.
like Jeff
I
Leonard.
have to
And
believe.
it's sad because I only know
There
that
is
from
a
watching
line to
the
victory. There
coverage
has to
of
be.
the duels.
I just need one card.
There's no point in stalling. Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
I also think it's so funny that this is one of the most meme
but it
scenes
does
that
contain
everyone can do Yugi's and
Neo
Kaiba's
Space
voice.
Connector.
Ah! Neo Space Connect. Wait, Neo Space Connector?
Yes, Kaiba, Neo Space Connector. A creature born to explore the ever-expanding realms of new space. And like many explorers, Kaiba, he never journeys alone. Neo Space Connector's special ability allows me to summon a Neo-Spacian monster directly from my deck. So come forth,
I don't want to spoil it, that's why I'm not saying anything. But there's, it's just so freaking funny.
And now, Kaiba, by using my Neo Space
They
Connector
just, like, use a
and my
shot
Aqua
where you can see
Dolphin
his
as
butt
material,
cheeks
I
on
link
purpose.
summon the unstoppable Isolde.
Wait, what?
The effect of Isolde allows me to add to my hand the ubiquitous Ignite Templar and send the infragable Infernoble
He's got
Arms
3
Durandal
thumbs.
to my graveyard, which then allows me to special summon from my deck the incorrigible Infernoble Knight Renaud.
Hold it, Yugi. You must be insane if you think for 1 minute I'd let you go through with this ridiculous strategy. This pile of yours belongs in the trash. and I intend to put it there myself. I activate the special ability of the Kelbeck in my hand to bounce the Isolde back to your extra deck.
These are always so spot on. They always got like the music and everything.
Oh, did that put a damper on your plans?
Little bit, actually. Just give me a minute here.
Oh, by the way, you're supposed to add Durandal from your grave to your hand due to Renard's effect.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Kaiba.
Oh yeah, don't mention it.
Probably would have played Nibiru if you already had it.
Fucking putting the card up and down.
What else am I supposed to do?
Now all he has to do is just have the guy where he's just taking the card and like, shuffling through his own hands a million times.
Now I shall play the indestructible Infernoble Arms Durandal from my hand, equipping it to my Renaud, which will destroy it, allowing me to add from my deck to my hand a level 5 or lower Fire Warrior monster. And I choose the inextinguishable Ignis Phoenix, the Draco Slayer. But I'm not done yet. Now I'll activate the instantaneous instant fusion. By paying 1,000 of my life
like,
points,
as an editor, dude, I so appreciate how many times they try to go in and cut stuff into frames and take it into Photoshop just to make it look right.
Ah, yes. Flame Swordsman. My closest ally. My
He said them
dearest
abs, though. Good grind the fucking.
I need to drop my belly fat. Yeah, no, that's total BS.
Next, I'll activate from my hand the expeditious instant contact. By paying another 1,000 life points, I summon the sizzling spicy elemental hero Flare Neos.
And I think what's so funny is this was the actual strategy, wasn't it? Like the literal strategy from the tournament.
Now,
This is Jeff
using
Williams, like,
Flare
holding it.
Neos and the Flame Swordsman as material,
Like,
I
you would
once
think they're
again
just throwing a
summon
bunch of
the
random shit together.
inseparable Isolde.
But
Weaving
this
a
was
tale
the
of
combo
sword and
from
sorcery,
the
these two
tournament, if I
roommates will
remember.
activate their special ability once more.
No, it can't be. I just don't get it. Never in my life have I seen such a strategy.
What the fuck, dude? Yeah,
No
exactly.
theme, no clear line. It's just a pile of cards. Neospatians, Ignites, Synchros, and now he's playing Beyond the Pendulum? In all my years as a duelist, I've never seen such a pile of junk work so fluidly. Hey, don't insult the junk, rich kid.
Where the hell are you guys
His
coming
face,
from?
dude, what did they do to Joe?
Finally, Kaiba. It's the beginning of the end. By using two monsters, I construct the overlay network. Xyz summoning the timeless Time Star Magician. And now I'll activate the special ability of my Time Star Magician. By detaching one Xyz material, my Master of Magic will reach through the barriers of space and time, allowing me to search for one dark spellcaster monster from my deck. A monster of Duel Monsters past. The monster known as the Unstoppable Exodia!
Oh no.
Oh yes, Kaiba. While my monsters may appear scattered and unorganized,
I think
these
another
unlikely
really
allies
good
have
one
joined
is,
forces
Devil
to
Artemis.
allow
If
me
you
to
guys have
search
ever
for
heard
the
of them,
first
they do
piece
some
of my
pretty good stuff,
ultimate
too.
creature. Not
They
that
got some
you
pretty
would
funny,
know
like,
such
Yu-Gi-Oh versus
camaraderie.
Cell stuff going
Yugi,
on.
that's a low blow. I'll have you know I have plenty of friends.
Paid employees, dragons, and Mokuba don't count.
Who's Mokuba?
But I'm far
Who's
from done.
Mokuba?
Now I activate the
So
effect of the
fucked
Ignite
up.
Templar in my pendulum zone in order to destroy both of my pendulum scales. But in response, I will activate the protective enchantment of my Time Star Magician. This will allow me to send one spellcaster monster from my deck to the graveyard in order to negate their destruction. And for that cost, I will send Blue Dragon Summoner. No. And now, using my Beyond the Pendulum and Time Star Magician as material.
If this was hard to follow, that's the
Queen
point,
of the
kind
Master
of.
Magician.
That's the whole joke. So, like,
Who will gain
just a
4
loop of
spell
nonsense.
counters, allowing me to summon from my graveyard Blue Dragon Summoner. No. And now I will link off my Blue Dragon Summoner
Bro, if you thought this
and
would
my
be
Celine in order to
a
link
Yu-Gi-Oh
summon
normal video,
Proxy.
what the fuck is
And
this?
now that
I don't
Blue
know.
Dragon Summoner has been sent to the graveyard, I can add to my
No,
hand
man,
one normal monster
my streams are
from
probably
my
always
deck,
gonna be a
the
little chaotic. I'll probably be all over the place because that's just how it works here.
This can't be happening. Yugi keeps summoning Celine,
I'll
using
try to
to
stay on
revive
topic
the dragon summoner,
Duel Links
then
here in a
linking
minute,
them off
but
again
I
and
just had to
again.
go here with
And every
this.
time the summoner
It was
goes to
too
the
funny.
graveyard, he gets to search another piece. A loop
I won't play
perfectly
all of them, but
constructed
they got one
to gather
more
all
that's
5 pieces. I have
Joey
nothing left in my
versus
hand to
Kaiba. That's the
interact
Duel
with.
Links one. It's pretty
I'm
funny.
going to
We'll probably
lose
just do
to
a whole
a
stream
meme.
one day.
Why did I
We
bring
go like
Blue Eyes to a
all the
YCS?
funny videos on
One
YouTube.
more
I'll probably
piece!
make like a
One
massive
more
list,
piece!
like
One more
30
piece!
videos,
One
40
more
videos, and then
piece!
just find all the fun
And now,
ones.
Kaiba, I link off my Celine and my Blue Dragon Summoner one final time in order to summon Apulosa. And with Summoner having been sent to Graveyard, I can activate his special ability to obtain the unstoppable Exodia!
Ah! Exodia! It's not possible! He hasn't been summoned since 2010!
I've assembled all 5 special cards. All
It's
5
always bothered
pieces
me
of
that in
the
the
puzzle.
anime they put the arms
Exodia!
backwards. It's like, how do you
Obliterate!
fuck that up?
Alright. Game 2.
Game 2, dead. There you go, guys. That was from a channel called Red Muffin. Okay? Or Red Muffler Man. Sorry. Red Muffin. Red Muffler Man. This dude right here. Here, I'm going to go ahead and give him a little shout out because I played your video and I don't want to be a dick. But this dude right here, spectacular content. Usually pretty funny stuff. Always does pretty good like comedy and stuff like that. Alright. We're getting back to where we came for. Alright. Dueling nonsense again. I mean, we'll probably, if you guys really want, we'll watch one more. I got a lot of those probably built up already, but, you know. What did you watch, dude? If you haven't seen them yet, those are so funny, dude. They're just I have this whole fucking list on here, actually, that's just funny YouTube videos from, or just in general funny videos that people have made that are for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I swear to God, I find a new one. I think I've seen them all, and I always find a new one. And, yeah, so one day we're probably just gonna, like, go through that list on a live stream. And I think it's just gonna be a good time. It'll probably be another Wednesday like today. Next week, I said like today. This upcoming Wednesday is my live stream. Today's like unexpected live stream because I wasn't really planning on doing one today. But then at 6 a.m. I was like, fuck it, I'm not going back to sleep anytime soon. I might as well do something productive today. And got all my streaming stuff set up, and here we are. We're ADHDing online for everyone to see. So, spectacular. Alright, so rank up is in the hand, so you could go either way with this, but I want to go through the spell drop. It's not gonna matter. I can save the rank up for later. The problem about using Numeron Force later down the road, if it's not like your opening rank up, is that it negates all your stuff too. Not great unless you want to. So let's say you've used the Utopia's materials all the way down to 0. His own effect is detrimental. So then you can rank up with Numeron Force, and it will negate your own Utopia's effects, preventing him from destroying himself. It's kind of cool. No, stop it. Chill. And I'll read the chat in just a second. So anytime I've got a timer up here, man, I'm not gonna lie, I look at the timer, it stresses me out. So I look at the timer and then I start reacting to that a little bit. So let's see here. We're gonna go for this dude because we don't want spells and traps to matter. We're gonna save that for next turn. I could ditch And ditch this because we'll never need it really. Take that for next turn. We are all ready to just start attacking. Dude, no. It'd be kind of cool if they would let you turn on certain settings for cards, like turn this off for a certain amount of time, you know? Or like, if you could go in and program your own strategies where it would only, not in Duel Links, but maybe like a Yu-Gi-Oh sim where like it would only affect your strategy or ask you if you want to do certain things if it knew it was in line with your typical strategy. Be kind of interesting. Let's read some comments while our opponent's BSing here. Can I friend you? Yeah, like on what? On here? Yeah, I don't care. We can friend you. Just let me get through this duel. I'll friend you. Just be careful about putting your name online and all that, but you can definitely do that. It's not gonna bother me none. I mean, you can friend me. That's not gonna bother me none. I wouldn't suggest putting your name online here on the live stream or anything. But if you're okay with putting your gamer tag up here, that's fine. But you know, that's on you. You know. But alternatively, also you can probably I have an email that anyone can email me at for business purposes and all that stuff, which is vinheilmanmedia@gmail.com. You can email me there. It's also linked in all of my stuff. Also, if you guys aren't part of like the Patreon, it's free right now. I would join now while you get all the free stuff. You get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we make. So I also give away a lot of stuff through the Patreon that's just like digital. So if I make cards or something, I'll give them away through there. I don't know. I just I don't really see a point in charging for anything right now until I have something valuable to give back, you know. So, like, I did just make the T-shirts like yesterday. So for Neo Duel, the movie that's about to come out here in the summer, when I take a break, I'll put up the Neo Duel like advertisement thing. But basically, that's coming out this summer, and I did just make my shirts for that. So I'm kind of excited for that project to come out for you guys. There we go. So he's also playing Utopia. Let's see if he plays it better. Let's find out. Double or nothing. Let's see if he knows the trick. Okay, he knows a trick. Not all of them, but a trick. That's okay. Because if I get to go for Ray V, he can go over this guy. This guy is nothing to Ray V, if I recall. Yeah, okay, so he actually, if I remember right, he actually can activate during the main phase. Ray V can activate during the battle phase. But if you get, I think his name is Tornado, the snake-like thing, then you can prevent him from being targeted, at least. This guy, that's pretty good. Alright, so, we can go 1, 2, 3. So let's do that to start. Because he's either going to negate Goblinberg or he's not. But if he does, I kind of bait him out with it. Are you going to bait my Goblin? No? Okay, interesting. It means he's going to wait for me to summon. Anything? monster to special summon. So we're gonna summon this dude. Alright, so I'm relatively sure that he's gonna go for the negate on Utopia. If he's, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what he does. Because see, what happens is he can, I'm gonna see if we can block. I might lose for trying this, but I'm genuinely curious who would win in this scenario for the block, right? Because I'm using Sage, he has the ability to respond, and then I should have the ability to respond. Which means the only card that shouldn't activate in this scenario is Sage. But we're going to find out. Because he's either smart enough to know that I'm only activating Sage right now, or he's not, okay? Or he's fucking not. Because this is what I was talking about before. So if you wait, you can do this. You take out one, he's going to have this one's attack, and then I'm going to summon a Utopia on top of this one. So the card he's negating and having the attack of is this one. If this card attacks your opponent, the sidestepping attachment negate the opponent's card effects. Alrighty. Now, if I remember right, he does a better job. Especially when you double his fucking attack power. So, we're gonna go with... negate that monster's effects. We don't gotta do any of that. We're gonna take our own, and we're gonna set up an even stronger Utopia. Now, he might have the ability to target him still. I think he can only do this once. But, we'll see. He might have something to respond with. We'll find out. We'll find out. Oh, compulsory. That's hurtful. That's what I meant, but like, if you just happen to have the right out, then you got it. I'm pretty sure he got it over that, but like, that's the only thing you can really do with the Utopia deck is, because they pour so many cards into one resource, they eventually will be just like an absolutely ridiculous boss monster. But if you don't have a way to regenerate, or like, especially I think in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, having the main phase 2 helps a lot, because then it's like, okay, maybe Utopia died, maybe battle phase didn't work out, but you can main phase 2. I mean, there, in that particular scenario, why didn't you just attack? Oh, because you doubled. So, another beautiful thing is that he went for Utopia double for this. So, I can actually, I think I can win the game here if I play my cards right, literally. So, we're going to summon... He might be able to negate this here. Let's find out. Because if he's smart, he'll go here. Yep, negate and have his attack. The only thing that would save me here is a Sage. Having a Sage in hand. But I don't. So what I'm going to do instead is commit Shlu or Slide. Here we go. Fair enough. When they got it, you know what I'm saying? Also, my chat seems to be screwy, so if I'm not responding, it's not for any particular reason. I just don't see the chat for some reason. I don't know why it's gone, but we're going to fix that real quick. Alright, cool. Yeah, sure, dude. By the way, I'll add you as soon as we get out of here. I can go over there and friend you. If it's still where I believe it was. Which is in the friend menu. 7 days until the tournament begins. Okay, cool. Dude, chill. Friends. Search. I got 2 of them. Which one are you? Are you the one that's online right now, or are you the one that's online 6 days ago? You gotta let me know. let me know which one you are. Also, guys, understand that there's a little bit of latency or, you know, time lag, if you will, in the stream. So I'm probably about 18 seconds away from whatever you just said, maybe 35 seconds, something like that. So if you just said something, I won't know for about a minute. Give it about 1 minute, and I'll probably respond to you. You know what I'm saying? But there you go. Alright, look, this is what I'm gonna do. So I guess I'm gonna send a request to both of them, because I don't wanna make everybody just sit here and have me. There you go. I'm gonna send a request to both of them. Some random dude's gonna get a request, and then you are. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that so that we can duel. I mean, I'll duel you on the stream if you want. You'll be able to see my cards, but if nobody cares, I guess I don't care that much. Like, I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, do I really care about this, like, rank that much? Not really. I'm not that competitive with it. We're playing for goofs today. We're playing for entertainment value. So, like, that's up to you guys. You know? Alright, you said you're online right now? Okay, so if you're online right now, I'll go in there and check my friends list after you've accepted it. Once you accept it, I don't know if it works this way on everyone's systems, but restart your game, and then we should be able to have our friends list refreshed so that everybody's in the same one. If it doesn't link up, it should, but if it doesn't, right? Oh my goodness, I'm playing some nonsense Neos. Oh, okay. So they were looking for a specific hand. That's all that was. Lucky you, I'm coming right around. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna duel someone random online. Now look, man, you can see my cards in my hand, so yeah, no. Be nice. Alright, so let's go. Friends. There you are. So we're just gonna apply for a speed duel. I'm gonna challenge you to a duel randomly here. All you gotta do is, oh, you challenged me. So wait. It's alright. I'm not worried if you're not that good, bro. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh is a learning curve. Everyone is not that good until they are with this game. That's just how it works. It's just putting in a lot of time, and most people's thirds or most people's losses outweigh their wins by like 2/3, if you ask me. Like, even though like I play this game good now, I lost so much when I was a kid, and I have the distinct advantage of been playing for a long time. But I mean, like, you know, it took me a long time to get good and then to stay caught up with it. But you know, don't feel too bad. Do I need to abort this one and restart so that it'll catch you? I'm gonna try that. Okay. Matching failed. I'm gonna try it one more time. Oh, do I gotta hit accept? Maybe that's what it is. I am dumb right now, sorry. Favorite replay is apply for speed tool. Yeah, no, I was in the right spot. Sorry. Here, you try it again. This is what I was talking about. So sometimes you gotta restart. Sometimes you gotta do all this stuff. There it goes. Finally clicked. Alright. Man, you got a long, wild name, so I'm gonna call you Rook for now, because your rank is Rookie, not as an insult, but just because it's easier for me to keep track of. Because Valdoomster? Could also call you Val or Doom. Dr. Doom. You're on challenge screen. How? Who am I dueling then? Who in the world am I playing if it's not you? Yeah. That's what I want to know. Oh, you know, it's also me though. I might have some additional latency in the chat, by the way. So, you know, if I do disregard anything, I may say if it seems like it doesn't make sense or something. Because if your messages are coming into me late, I might think that you're still waiting in the waiting lobby thing or not. You know. Go ahead and get this dude. Alright, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it here. I think I can make maybe one more move, but I think I just want to leave it here. Call it a day. Alright, okay. I think this is our guy from the stream. Let's see how he does. Let me know if that's you, just in case, in chat, bud. Gotta go Golem. Gotta go for an Exceed Summon. Best actors. Fun fact, we used those in our first live-action Yu-Gi-Oh show. Or not our first, but our first, like, half-decent one anyway. Do we want to go for those? Not really. I could shuffle, I could do all this stuff, but I think I'm just going to go simple. I feel like it'd be rude not to at this point. Victory, activate double, go from double to Ray Victory again, and I'm sorry, Blood, but that's gonna probably game unless you got something real good for me. What's that back row? You got double or nothing? Are you doing your guy too? Are you fucking kidding me? That's so sick. That would be so hilarious if that worked the other way around like it gave him. Look at that. So it didn't work the other way around, but that was still kind of cool. Or maybe it did. 17? Let's see. He got 154,000 or 15,400 life points. Good duel though. That was kind of interesting. So were you also playing a Utopia deck? Because I saw the Go, and obviously you got the. Are you just playing the new Utopia stuff, or? I can do a match also if you'd like to, but you got to get in the chat and talk to me a little bit, or else I don't know what's going on. I can use the main deck after. You're bad. Nah, dude, you're fine. Also, man, I don't know why, but my chat is being super slow updating, so I'm sorry. Miracle Online Challenge. Yeah. That's just for me, my chat. Yeah, we can do another one. We can go another one. If you want to do a different deck, you can. I'll play the same deck. I don't really care. Here. And we'll go back. Oh, you're off. Are you offline again? Alright, well I'm gonna duel someone online until you get yourself sorted. And then if you want to, I'll duel you another time. We can make a match out of it. I feel like it's fair. I used to always hate it when someone would like get a win on me and then like run off. I'd like play at the shop, so I get like a lucky win and then like run off. Oh yeah, I won't play you again. I'm like, man, fucking just play a match, dude. Like, and so now I'm just type I like to offer a match if someone prefers it. You know, I feel like it's just a game. Everybody feels differently about it. So yeah, so you can use your main deck. Yeah, dude, go for it if you want to. Like in all honesty, you should have two decks always built out, and one's like the trick deck where you just play it for goose to kind of like see how people play, and that one's generally only the like shopped tournament deck. A lot of people use their favorite deck for this, like their, you know, you might play like Red Eyes or Dark Magician, or you might play like, you know, like this deck, this Utopia deck. If it wasn't in vogue, like in format right now, I would probably play this at a tournament just to like goof around to see what decks other people are playing, to like scope it out. But then you have your real deck, so like, I don't know, like, just depends. Just depends. Alright, so he's about to either really fuck me up, or I'm about to have a good old time. There we go. Wait to see what he's got going on. What you got, what you got? Ah, Shadow. Yeah, these are kind of interesting. So these are like the little ghosty puppet things, dude. See what he decides to do with it. Add it to your hand. Yeah. Okay, cool. Not hurting my ability to play cards yet, though, which is absolutely insane. Sucks. I can get 4 summons in this turn, but I don't want to. Does Shadow lock my... No, he's waiting to see what the back row is all about. He's waiting to see what I'm gonna do. But now that I know that he's got a little something going on, I'm gonna do this. I mean, okay, so I might do the extra summon. It's just, I was saying I don't want to because it's like a waste of Arm Sage's second ability where he gets you a free copy of the thing, but... Oh, he's not going to do nothing? Okay, if he doesn't do nothing, we don't do nothing. We're going to wait to see what he does to respond to it, kind of. Because sometimes they do. So, like, I'll activate this card, play it, and then we'll see if he responds. Alright, you requested a duel. Alright, let me finish this one quick, and then see if we can finish duel. So this will chain lock it unless he's got something. I wasn't paying attention, so I did 2 at once. So normally you want to go the other way around. You're supposed to go this guy and then this guy. So if he tries to negate, he only negates the last thing. But looks like it's no big deal because he didn't negate nothing anyways. We're gonna go for this guy. You got anything? Shadow 4. Okay, 2 cores. Not too worried about that. I'm gonna pop one of them. That's okay. Not dramatically worried about the shadow stuff. They just usually have good ability to stick around and like put negative effects on the board for you, or for your opponent, but. Screw it, we'll go ahead and keep extending for no reason. So if I attack him and attack for double or nothing, that should be good. So we're just going to go into a Utopia play. I always have the saying with playing card games, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And we can do quite a bit of things here with this, but doesn't mean we should. So, for example, I'm just going to give everything to this Utopia on purpose so that my opponent cannot stop what I'm about to do. Nope. Now we're going to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Sweet. 10k. Easy peasy. No problem. Alright. I guess next challenger, we'll go ahead and go over to the chat. I'll bring somebody up to duel. If I dueled you last and there's a lot of people in the chat or something looking for one, then I guess I'll just do like a rotation or something. Remember, you guys can see my cards, so I'm not too worried about the slight disadvantage that is, because there's not a lot of cards in this game, and we're not playing hand traps, so it's not as big of a deal. It's a big deal sometimes, but you know what? If I brick, I brick, or if I play bad, I play bad. I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to go ahead and add the next person here. Alright, so Flippy, I'm going to go ahead and put in your... You made a dual room? Alright, I'm just going to look for your ID number that you put up, and then we'll see. Unable to find... Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this incorrectly? Maybe I have the wrong ID number for you, or maybe... What's your actual... Flippy, what's your name for your account? That's the only way, because I don't see where else you would be at. Yeah, I don't know. Till then, I'm gonna duel this other dude right here. Yeah. I don't even know how long I've been going for at this point. I don't even know how long the stream is. Let's find out. Holy crap, we've been going for 2.5 hours almost, and I haven't even really realized it. Whatever. It's all good. I guess I'm just here to entertain you guys this morning. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, here in a minute. Bud, where'd you go? Okay, so I'm looking... Duel Links doesn't have Ash Blossom because Duel Links doesn't need Ash Blossom. I don't know, that might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think we should be adding hand traps. I know we already have a few. We've got stuff like Effect Veiler, and that's as far as it should go. Not because I'm like, oh, hand traps make the game bad or good. It's just, I like the format of Speed Duel being the way it is. It's almost kind of like I like the way Edison is its own format. And I like the modern competitive Yu-Gi-Oh format where I can play hand traps. I actually have a deck that's like 30 fucking hand traps for no reason. But it's just a preference. I think we don't need it here. I think this is a really good place to play like old decks that never get to shine anywhere else. So I think this is a good spot to not have that stuff. But, you know, I digress. Because all Ash Blossom is going to do is it's going to be kind of like Max C in Master Duel, which if you're not familiar, basically everyone almost has no choice but to run 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Maxi, and that takes up 6 card slots. So if you do that here, where everyone has to run X amount of cards, then it basically means that, you know, not only can you not compete unless you get a hold of those particular cards, that this is also going to just become one of those formats where in a 20-30 card deck, 3 to 6 of those cards are taken up by hand traps at that point. That's like 5 to 10% of your deck real estate, and I just don't think that's worth it in this format. Still on loading. I'm leaving Duel Links and rejoining. Okay. I think your chat log's a little behind. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast. But no. Yeah, it's got a little latency, but it should be fine. Hey, but nothing personal. But I'm gonna play some little Yu-Gi-Oh while we wait.
You're the best, Joey.
See what you got going on.
If I did that, I wouldn't be able to kick your butt in the finals, would I?
Plus, if you ever did get married, you'd drive your husband crazy.
Okay, 19. How crazy is that? We drew the same card. I guess that's the only advantage I have with this latency thing is that for me, I'm probably like a couple seconds ahead. So if I play my cards fast enough, maybe you won't see them. But if not, it's cool. Like, you know what I got in my hand right now if you're watching the stream, so I'm not that worried about it. But it's still pretty funny. But see, that's another thing. Like, this wouldn't work if traps were a thing, because then you'd be like, okay, well, I think seeing your opponent's hand makes a big difference when hand traps even exist in the game, just as a whole. Are you having connection issues there, bud? Yeah, this was the jam in the 90s, man. Early 2000s, late 90s. Not you, this song. I'm stupid, dude. Like, I get into stuff way too easily. So I'll be sitting here listening to music, just going nuts. And it'll just be a fucking theme song for a show. Yeah, it's a fucking jam. Alright, so who's next? Is that the PvP room? Okay, so that's over here.
For the commencement of the Battle City
Finals. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've played. As I was saying at the beginning of today, I was like, man, it's been so long since I've just logged back in. Why do I not remember where PvP is at? Oh, it's at the bottom of the background screen. So I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh players, man, we just don't read. We don't read nothing. I literally was right where I needed to be. And that is ADHD on full display, guys. Duel room. Enter a room. Dude, I'm so sorry for making it wait this long, but yeah, let's go find it. 88187. 88187. Let's go. Oh.
For 5,000 years, the world has waited for the ancient pharaoh to return.
Flippy, participate. I'm participating now, okay? Alright, we're gonna mute this. Flippy. Is this you right here? We're gonna go. Gotta sign up. Gonna play the random dude. No, I don't want to cancel the entry. I just want to give it a go. There we go. Oh, nice. Okay, so I have 3 guesses as to what he's about to use. I have 2 guesses to what he's about to use. I should get like a black bar for the bottom of my screen for you guys so I can start doing this more regularly. Because then I should be able to see it, but you guys wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Terraforming. Alright, I know where we're going. Okay. Alright. So, like, I don't even have to be there yet for the day, but I already know my boy's way past gold tier just based off of what we're going with right now. I didn't even look at your rank, I'm sorry. I should have. But, I'm just guessing. I remember when this fucking card was so expensive. Like $30 a pop. Ridiculous. Yeah. And then I remember when it got banned. Yeah. Alright, alright. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Ah, okay, yeah, okay. He's loading up. That's cool. Did you guys notice that does this? Is it doing that for the card art? That is sick. That's a rarity thing, right? That's not me. That's like a rarity thing. Because that is pretty sick if it is. It's like a gold rare, but it's got like this glitch thing going on. Like it's a screen almost. Let's find out. I'm pretty sure it's just the card art. Or like the rarity for the card. Shinsu, this is the new one. Yeah. Okay. 3 face downs. She does not like me. But, you know, that's cool. We'll play through it. We'll see what he's got. I'm pretty sure he's got something for just about everything here. Yeah. That basically Sky Striker's all quick play, which means that if you can't chain lock, then you kind of get stuck. Or at least in my opinion, if you don't have like first turn to set up your board or ability to chain lock. Yep. Nah, dude, I think so the way what he's got playing is basically this is a competitive deck. Not that they're not all competitive, like don't get me wrong, I'm just styled on my other dude over there for 10k for no reason, but I'm saying like this is for climbing the tiers of going up to like, I'm gonna say like, you know, definitely past gold, like beyond gold. What's dude, what's your rank in Master Duel right now? I'll just check it actually when we're done. Now I am curious. I'm 99% sure it didn't really matter, but I am curious. Did you watch the stream and check out my cards? There we go. Nice. Bro, I'm pretty sure if you go up 2 more, you can probably take the game if you want to. I left it open for a reason. So I like doing this risky tactic too with this deck sometimes, where I'll just like leave it and go for nothing and see if they can do like an OTK, and if they can't, then maybe I can do something with that with low health for this deck. This deck doesn't have any good skills in my opinion, except for like the Zexal weapons one or Zexal something. Just it'd be kind of crazy if they add actual Zexal to this deck though. I think that's never ever gonna happen, but I also thought double is never happening. Why did they ever release Zexal as a card in general? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, it's a cool card, but I wonder what compelled them to be like, okay, let's make something that just negates everything for 5-6 turns. You know what I'm saying? And that's not gonna break the game, you know? Alright, so he's probably got another little grapple hook thing. We're gonna uselessly activate this skill. That's alright. I'm playing to be a good sport. Alright, so if I remember right, he's got one more, because they're not banned. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm happy to play these kinds of decks, but they are predictable to a T because competitive play is predictable, I think. It's just whether you have one viably competitive deck and good outs to the current meta or current playstyle. I am curious for you though, how good is your deck currently faring in just the normal rank climbing? Because there's no way you're using this as like your casual. Yeah, there's no way you're using this as your casual attack. It's my favoriteest thing in ever too. Is like you'll play someone the first time ever and they'll break out one of their best decks possible, and I think that is something you should do. I just always find it funny because it's kind of like, if it's a huge risk to a lot of players, so they'll play either like their best deck and then hope that it doesn't get beaten because it's their best deck, or they'll play their best deck because they don't have something else to play, and it's like their main. Like, I've met guys where they only play like 1 or 2 decks ever, and it's because it's the same tournament deck, and as soon as like that deck goes out of vogue or it's no longer meta, they'll stop playing it. And they don't have like any particular tie, they just play whatever's really good. So I mean, like, you know, I don't know what Floppy's deal is. I'm not insinuating anything in particular. I'm just making commentary while he's comboing for days. So, you know, but I'm curious, Flippy, if you could actually give me some commentary here in the chat, like what this deck is being used for, if it's your primary or anything like that. Because I'm like 98% sure that there's no way that that's your like your casual deck. If I ever have a deck that's like this where there's missing spots, I know that's one of my not fully built. So I didn't even really fuck with this one until this morning. I was like, well, what can I throw together that might be good for playing live, playing some new stuff? So I was like, yeah, let's rebuild that Utopia deck and give it a go. I fucking completely forgot that I had skills in this game for like the first hour I was on here this morning. Oh, okay, I see your rank. Yeah, see, look. Hold on. But you gotta come back. You gotta come back and play another round with me. Yeah, is that Diamond that I'm looking at? Diamond rank? Dude. Dude, you can't do a 1 and drop. That's not how this works. Okay, so if Sky Striker's your pet deck, then what's your main deck? Because that, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very suspiciously competitive for a pet deck. A pet deck is typically one that is just a fan favorite, or it's like a you favorite. It's like something that you feel attached to specifically, or like when the deck came out, you really enjoyed the playstyle, and or maybe you like the art, or maybe you like the lore, and you just never want to give up the deck itself. Even if the deck was really bad, you'd be playing it. That's what a pet deck is. Like, a lot of people will come out and say, oh, my pet deck is this deck I play on the side. No, that's not a pet deck, my friend. Pet deck is like, if you've played Red Eyes every year since it's come out, even on the crappy years, that's a pet deck. My GOAT deck, here we go. I'll go with you again. My GOAT deck is my pet deck. So, like, it's not GOAT like GOAT the format. It's GOAT the, like, literal GOATs. You know, I'll play that every year against anybody for any reason because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily because it's, like, yeah, crazy good or anything. I just like throwing GOATs at people and think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? But if Sky Striker's not your main, is this one your main here? Okay, you're doing the same thing again. Gotcha. Alright. We'll see if I can do anything good here, but we'll see. We'll see. The only good thing in Duel Links 2 for a lot of these older deck formats is the no hand traps thing. I think that you got like Effect Veiler and stuff, but the prevalence is just a lot lower, so it's a little more enjoyable pace-wise sometimes, I think. Oh, don't quit out on me. Yeah, but don't quit out on me. It's all good. You can play through. You never know. Like, I might only be able to set up something a little bit, but don't quit out on me. Yeah. See, it's all good, man. And I don't want to assume nothing. It might just be your connection, but you know, like. if I'm being honest with you, my dude, I have to get quite lucky to get through Sky Striker, I think, because there are certain strategies that work really well against Utopia specifically. I feel like Sky Striker has a hard time against other decks. This is not one of them. Not necessarily. I mean, I can get good stuff here that can help, but doesn't necessarily mean it will. But you know, like we'll end on that and we'll see what you got going. You got 5 cards. You should be able to at least eat through 2 or 3 of these guys here. Click the link. What link are you talking about, bud? There you go. There you go. Area 0. I love that kind of like effect that they put on those. I mean, I know it's kind of weird, but I get that point, like the glitchy effect. It's just kind of cool, man. I love when they do stuff like that. It's a digital version of the card game, so you might as well. You might as well do stuff you just can't do in real life for like the card arts and stuff. I think it's just excellent. I think it's cool. Yeah. There we go. Got engage. Yep. Let's see what you got. What you gonna do with it? Not surprised. Not in a bad way. I'm just not surprised that this was the way it's going. No, you can hit me for that. That's fine. Not too worried about that. I am worried about my own guy, though. Again, not worried about it, because then I go into Zexal mode. And it's like, if I can't beat you on 1,000 life points, I can't beat you on 5,000 life points at that point. You know what I'm saying? With this particular way this is going. But if I get really lucky, maybe I'll eat you alive this time around. We can do another match. Let's see. Do you have any cards that will ping? Nope. Alright, cool. So, I'm sorry, dude. We're gonna go for it. Just in case. I can go for this one, do some damage. But I kind of feel like, you know what? Dude, what's he doing? Yeah, we're gonna use our own Utopia. Thing too is people always forget you got double in your hand. Turns and turns after. You did good though. You did pretty good. We can do one more if you want to call it a match and settle it out. I'm fine with that. You accidentally went into battle? I mean, it's up to you. You can call it even, or we can do another one. I'm not too worried about it. I'll hop in one here real quick while I wait on a definitive answer. Man, you did pretty good. I will say this, Flippy, your deck building skills are excellent. So just looking at like what you're playing, it's all very well executed. It's always good to see like different strategies. I don't see Sky Striker constantly on here, so I'm not mad at it or nothing like that. Oh, after you drew Afterburner? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it happens to all of us, man. It happens to all of us. How do I do this? That's actually kind of crazy how that worked out, but alright. Okay, defense mode, special summon. I get a couple extra cards off of this. You're ridiculous. Draw one. Draw two. Good deal. Do I want to do another one? I kind of do though, because if he, no, I don't know. Would that be overkill just to go another? Just hang on to what I got for next turn. Let's see. It's better when you draw into like lightning or something, but whatever. Like that's what's so crazy is I should probably go in here and retool this deck to be a bit closer to my IRL deck since they released all these cards. But I don't know why. I just want to tweak with it and see kind of like, okay, well, how's this actually playing in the format? You can have like some preconceptions about how a deck will play when you transfer it over to a new rule set, but then go playing it and it's totally different, or maybe not even totally different. Sometimes more dangerous if it's almost exactly what you thought it would be, but there are very small differences that you just don't notice. So just depends. It's got 2 back row. We're gonna see what he can do with that. We're gonna normal summon that. Alright. He's either about to quit or this is... Alright, good. Yeah, over here. Boom. Alright, cool. So one more. Come on, don't quit. Live Twin Kaiju. Let me see if I have any decks that are even ready to play. Like anything substantial. I feel like the last format I played in with this deck was like 2 years ago. So let me double check real quick. I'm happy to play it again if you really want to play. But, you know, like if you want me to, if you're gonna use main decks and stuff, I don't mind. I just feel like it's a goof to just throw a deck that I didn't put that much effort into at you, because then it's not that entertaining. So let me see here what decks I have. Let me look at the last couple that I built and see kind of like where I was at with it. Okay, yeah, that's right. The best version of the Utopia deck, I forgot. It's like a Zubaba Ga fucking baby noise nonsense deck. Probably ones that I feel like we're doing good. Let's see. I was just starting to build those out. know, it's so weird. I feel like I had way more decks built than this. Was there like an update recently that did something? Because I know for sure I had way more decks built for this, especially for like Astro Phoenix and stuff. Did it just not... oh, it's not giving it a cover card. What the fuck? It's so weird. Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. See how this is all empty? This is how I know this is an old-ass deck that I haven't played in like a year or two. This is so bad. Let's see here. Yeah, never built on Jesse's. He's not that great anyway. Yeah, I feel like I can play with like a goof deck or something if you want, but if you really want me to like actually play on a substantial, like the same level as you right now, I'm gonna have to actually build a deck, spend some time in the game for about a week, if I'm being honest, grind a little bit, actually build my deck instead of just the morning of. But I mean, like, if you want, we can change the deck into something else. What else did I have? Because I always made like these weird decks where I'd build like a Utopia deck, but for somebody else. So this was like a weird math mech Utopia, like, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like a combo deck with anything built into it that's meant for like modern play, or at least when I say modern, I mean modern Duel Links play, probably maybe something closer to this. Maybe. Not a guarantee. It's fun to play though. Bird. Yeah, no, I didn't like the bird deck that much. I'll tell you what. I think maybe one of these guys, unless they're like banned now or something, but one of these guys is probably closer. I am sweating quite a bit because I turned off all my fans 3 hours ago to do the stream, so they wouldn't be making a lot of noise. So I'm probably going to take like a 5-10 minute break, because I've been here forever. Now I'm going to go use the bathroom, turn on the fans, cool out the room, and then I will be back. But what's cool is I actually have something really dope prepared for you guys to be able to watch while you wait. So if you're interested, I'm going to drop the live feed for Neo Duel, the movies and all that stuff here in the break. So bear with me, guys, for about 5 minutes, maybe a little less, and I'll be right back to you.
this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
I've created a new dual disc that will completely change how we play the game. Go! Neo Summon!
Is this what you made me?
Get my duelist back! Destroy your master!
My turn. First, I'll normal summon
Summon monster.
Magical Sword in attack mode. Then I'll set one card face down. Now go, Murloc the Magical Swordsman. Attack and destroy his commander.
You'll pay for that. You destroyed my Space Patrol commander, but he'll be back. My draw. I'll activate Monster Reborn in my spell and trap zone. This will let me special summon back my Space Patrol commander.
When you activate Monster Reborn, I'll activate my face down card.
Activate face
called
down
by the
card.
Grave. This will banish your monster and prevent you from being able to revive it.
What? Called by the Grave? I guess I'll just set one monster face down and end my turn.
My turn. I'll summon Scourge
summon
the
monster.
Dark Witch. Attack. Now with the power of both my monsters, I'll be able to take out some of your life points. Scourge the Dark Witch. Attack him.
Ha!
Activate face
Destroy
down
my
card.
face down monster. Its effect activates. Go, Man-Eater Bug. Slice him up.
Oh no, a man-eater bug. You may have destroyed my magical swordsman, but that's not going to make me give up. Finally, I'll set one card face down and end my turn.
Finally, you weakling, it's my draw. I activate the Autonomous Action Unit.
Activate
Let me pay
spell.
1,500 life.
There you go. How about that? Is that better? So we're back. Sorry, sometimes I forget to turn the mic back on because deaf guy. So yeah, that's not a joke. I'm literally deaf, so like sometimes I forget shit like that. But I was just saying, thanks for being here today, guys, a lot, because normally I am not a streaming type of person. I usually have this kind of stuff on my gaming channel, and it's just usually really hard for me to engage with people and game at the same time, but this seems to be working out pretty well, and you guys have been fantastic today as an audience, engaging quite a bit, and it's been excellent. It's been a great time, actually. And I want to say, before we wrap up the stream, I realize it's been 3 hours and all that, but I will be here on Wednesday again for different purposes. On Wednesday, we'll be talking about Neo Duel, the movie, which you just saw the preview for, likely, and we'll also be talking about the dual disc weapons, designs, ideas. If you guys just want to have a Q&A and discussion about that stuff, that will be Wednesday, and we will likely be streaming something Yu-Gi-Oh! Every Wednesday that I can get away with it. So some Wednesdays we might get together and watch some funny Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. Some days we might discuss topics. For example, which is the best dual disc design. Just stuff that you guys have given me ideas for, kind of, while I've been making shorts for the last year and a half for you. So, just if you're interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, this is probably just a good channel for you. And not because I'm trying to, like, self-promote. I make a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Shit, guys. I make cards, dual disc shows, video games, all of it, because I'm insane and I spend too much time making stuff. So, if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want a crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Person to make lots of entertainment for you, I'm your guy. Definitely. But, actually, before we go, I'd like to show a bit of a preview. And I'm sorry if I haven't gotten to your duel today, or if, there's anybody who feels like they missed out. I will be back. I'll do another Neo Duel stream. Just subscribe, and I'll try to make it to where you can see it ahead of time. Here, I'll switch over so you can guys see me a bit better. There we go. But anyway, so if you would like to join me for another Neo Duel live stream, just comment, man. That's the best way I know. Like the video. That's the best way I know people want to see that kind of stuff. But let's move on. I do want to show you guys a little bit of sneak preview of something I got working on that I've been enjoying. Let me adjust the audio for my ears. They're not working correctly. Alright, anyway, so yeah, so let's see this. I made a dual sim for Neo Duel. So if you're interested in Neo Duel, the project, I made this. And essentially what this is in TTS, Tabletop Simulator, you're able to build lots of things. Neat things. And if you get clever enough, you can build pretty much whatever the hell you want in here, as long as you have the idea. And yes, I see the seizure going on around my table. That's because this morning I was goofing with it and decided to use that video that I made for your live stream, for our live stream. I put that behind here, so Zeus is just going the fuck off in the background now. But I just thought it was cool. But as I started to look at it for the game, I was like, man, that's gonna be very distracting. But yeah, so I'll be explaining in a live stream how this works. But basically, it's just you can actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any card game that you want. Mechanically, it works pretty well, and you can see we've got a Neo Duel board out. So if you don't know, if you're not in the know at all, this is a Master Duel board. This is regular ass Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? This is a speed duel board. It looks like a Master Duel board, but with 3 main monster zones and these 2 weird little extra monster zones on the sides rather than down the middle. And for Neo Duel, it's almost the same, except you only have 1 column, and then you've got the little adjacent extra monster zones. So like we'll go into like rules and stuff like that on another day, but like this is just a little sim I have going, where I was able to create some Neo monsters as like test pieces and stuff like that. These are the kinds you'll be using IRL. So like a Neo monster IRL is just a normal Yu-Gi-Oh card, literally like a normal monster. But in the show, in Neo Duel the show, they look like this, which is fucking awesome. I love this like star design we got going. But basically, the show they're supposed to be red cards. We never got like a red card. I always thought it'd be cool. And the way Neo Duel works, just at home, if you're curious, you can normal summon normal monsters to either zone, and you can special summon normal monsters to either zone if there would be allowed to be special summons, so like Monster Reborn. Additionally, normal monsters don't need a tribute to be summoned, so you can summon them without a tribute summon. So if I wanted to summon this Red Eyes, I could be like, okay, I'm going to play him here. And to Neo summon, you would just play a card that is the same card in the extra deck, and then a Neo monster is the combined stats of that card. So this would be 4,400, and you see I programmed like his level and name into him. So this one's just 4,400. So if you wanted to Neo summon, you'd say, all right, I normal summon this, move to battle phase. The Neo monsters can only be summoned during the battle phase, so then you would send him to the graveyard. His total stats are 4,400. That's the requirements to summon Neo Red Eyes. So then Neo Red Eyes comes out. He has no defense, just the 4,400. So that's just like an example on how you would use basic card in your extra deck as a Neo monster to be able to climb. We'll talk way more about that in the future. But yeah, these guys, totally different, used for the show because we had to create our own cards and stuff for the show to be able to create the characters to pop out of them and all this crazy nonsense, to be honest. But it's really cool looking in the end. You guys have Flareboard. Why can't I see it? I can't see what? What can't you see? You can't see the board? You can't see the game that got popped up? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's on me, guys. That is so on me. I switched you to the large screen and then didn't switch you back. I have no idea. Yeah. I gotta get a little better at streaming, so I'm managing 4 monitors at the moment with different data. So I was just honing into this one. But okay, so to explain this one more time to you guys, this is a Neo board. Okay, so it's only got the one column. This is a regular Yu-Gi-Oh board, and this is a Speed Duel board. And so we're only basically using this middle column section to play this version of Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, and if you need the rules for Neo Duel, we can leave them right there, but we don't because I'm here. I'll explain that one more time. I know that's on me, so I don't mind going down it one more time. So we have a normal Red Eyes, in a Neo Duel, you're going to draw 2 cards when you start the game, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw 2 cards. You'll notice I have a lot of high-level monsters, and that's because, as I already said before, Neo monsters do not need a tribute, and they can be summoned to either zone. So I'm going to summon my Red Eyes to this zone. Still only get 1 normal summon, so it's not like I can just keep planting monsters. Then I would go to battle phase, send him to the graveyard, and Neo summon for the big guy. Now the thing about Neo monsters, they cannot be summoned with a monster that is already attacked, and they need all the stats to be able to do it. So if I had a bigger card like Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate here, who has fucking 8,300 total, just because that's his combined stats, I would need, like, let's say, Dark Magician to be summoned and a Red Eyes, and then I could send them both to the graveyard if they haven't attacked to summon the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. And then it's actually something else I want to clear up too. So like if a card has Neo in the name, I haven't corrected this one yet, but this is like Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. If I update the TTS, the simulator, this will be updated, but I haven't yet. I literally just need to refresh it, and it'll say Blue Eyes Neo Ultimate. So if a card already has Neo at the beginning, you just put Neo somewhere else in the name, and it's easy to keep track of. But it's just because the card sitting in the extra deck, you have to think of it more like a token or like a placeholder. Because in real life, there was no way to print the cards I was going to use the show and them also be like their own way for everyone to play them without having to pay me basically to play Neo Duel, which I didn't want. So I wanted everyone to be able to play Neo Duel without having to buy like these versions of my cards. So you can take any normal monster, put it in your extra deck, combine the stats, and that monster becomes a Neo version of itself, So like, to make this Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, I have to take this vanilla Blue Eyes Ultimate and put this in my extra deck IRL, and then it effectively becomes this version, right? So like, that's how we're keeping track of that in the extra deck in real life. This deck I have set to the side here is just like an example deck of what you would use in a Neo Duel, and it's kind of like an updated one. So in a Neo Duel, you're only going to use 10 to 15 cards. So these would be a good example of how you do that. You see, you got a lot of high level normal, but you still have space for a couple of low level cards in there. You know, so but we have like a lot of, because there's no risk anymore to playing 3 Red Eyes. And you'll notice that you can play technically 4 Red Eyes in your deck, because when you play 2 copies of this one in the extra deck, that one's a Neo. Anyway, I'm getting way too into this. But the point is we'll do a whole live stream where I break all of this stuff down. Everything I can possibly explain. I'll even try to make some simulators where we can duel against each other and, you know, make it to where it's live at some point. But yeah, I think this was going to be a really cool project when it's done. It's just going to take me a while to get it finished. So, you know, don't get, you know, thinking I'm going to have it in like 2-3 weeks or anything. It's not something I'm unveiling like that. I'll probably do a few live streams where we work on it and, you know, talk about it and work on it and talk about it. The game is finished. Like, the format, it's just making it into a digital, digestible format that you guys can play. So, you know, I'm thinking that the Neo Duel online version will basically release a couple of months after Neo Duel the show, which should be out super soon. Speaking of which, like, not the plug, but if y'all want to help out the channel, you know what I'm saying, we got this going on, you know. I made me a Neo Duel shirt. It's just got the character from Neo Duel, the movie, in it. And it's just a t-shirt. I'll probably make a bunch more. Stuff later on. I'll drop this, you know, in the I think it's already in the community page, so if you go ahead and subscribe, you'll see it eventually. Okay, yeah, you know what? I get a lot of cards about that. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and answer that one question. Are you able to summon cards that require, like, 2 summons or the Egyptian gods or things like that? And the answer is yes, you are, but you have to be tricky. So there are not 3 monster zones, right? So you can't summon 3 monsters and then tribute those 3 monsters, right, for the god cards. You would have to have a card that uniquely says this card counts as a monster in the spell zone and can be tributed. But there are no cards that say that. But there are cards that say this card counts as 2 tributes or something of that nature. And there are cards that also allow you to tribute one of your monsters, one of your opponent's monsters, and you can still tribute one of your others. So, for example, the god cards are a normal summon. So if I remember correctly, Soul Exchange would allow you to still tribute some of the god cards and things of that nature. So, am I able to ship stuff to England? I could probably ship stuff to wherever the hell you want if you want to pay the shipping. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I can, and we, if you're talking specifically about, like, the 3DS or the 3D dual discs, or the weapons dual discs, I can and eventually will 3D print them, but it's another project, you know. We have a 3D printer currently, and I am teaching myself how to model stuff in the proper software. The tricky stuff about 3D printing currently for me is getting the measurements right for every little thing, and when I work with my hands rather than in software, it's just so much easier for me to knock that kind of stuff out. I could make you any kind of prop you want, which means if you didn't care that the material wasn't hard plastic and that's a prop, like, you know, it's like a have you ever heard of Proplica, or like the companies that make cosplay props? Sometimes it's like paper mache, but super good quality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I won't make paper mache shit for you. Whatever I make, it's going to be good. But I'm saying, like, you know, if you didn't care about that, then I could probably help you out there. But I am not at the point yet where I have the infrastructure to be able to be, like, making stuff en masse and shipping it out or nothing like that. I have no delusions of grandeur at the moment. I just want to make cool shit and share it with you guys, and if you like it, cool. And if eventually I can sell some of it, then really cool. I think right now my idea is to make 10 unique 3D printed dual discs at some point, and then auction them off or something. I will be selling like props from the show because I can't store all that stuff anyway. So I'm probably going to do a giveaway for like a lot of the props from the show and stuff. And honestly, some of those dual discs are already made out of like cheap material, so I'd rather give it to someone who's going to think it's cool than throw it in the trash, you know. So just give it time, man. Give it time. I'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little preview for Neo Duel. Sorry about the weird opening where I wasn't showing it but talking about it a lot. But hopefully this is a way you guys can see how to play it. And that's not wrong. You start with 6,000 on all the other counters. You can see they got the correct amounts for their particular formats. So anyway, just a really cool thing that I'm working on amongst the many things I have in progress at the moment. But guys, I really appreciate everyone who's joined the stream so far. You guys are freaking awesome for sticking around. Do me a solid, okay? It really does help. Do me a solid, subscribe, so that you can be here for the next stream, or at least you can see the new stuff when it comes out. I would really appreciate your guys' support. It's a brand new channel. I'm kind of restarting a lot of stuff, so I would really appreciate this being my main channel eventually and getting to make this stuff for you guys all the time. Not normally a streamer, but if you enjoyed this particular stream, go ahead and drop it a like for me so I know that you guys want more streams like this. And don't forget to join me on Wednesday for a live Q&A at 10 a.m. Central Time. Okay, guys, that's 10 a.m. Central Time. I think post-Central or Pacific Time, it's 2 hours difference from here, so it's going to be 12 if you're in Pacific Time. All right? Thanks so much, guys, for joining me today. If you have any more questions, don't forget we're doing that Q&A, so come by around then and like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good nonsense. I will see you guys in the next one.